गुरु हे सद्गुरु आनन्दाश्रम शिष्याग्रं स्वानन्दाम्बुधिमज्जितम् आनन्दाश्रमिणं वन्दे परिज्ञानाश्रमं गुरुम् सारस्वतजनप्रीतः सारस्वतसमर्चकः य आसीत् तं मुदा वन्दे परिज्ञानाश्रमं गुरुम्
ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्री भवानी शंकराय नमः. श्री मात्रे नमः. परम पूज्य गुरुवर्यांक कोटी कोटी प्रणाम आणि सगळ्यांक नमस्कार. घराना ऑनलाईन म्युझिक सिरीजांतू सर्व आयोजकांगेल्या वतीने हांव भवानी नायल
आणि हांव अमिता शिरूर तुमगेल सगळ्यांगेल हार्दिक स्वागत करता असती. You have already watched the first part of this special program on 7th August in memory of our dear Vasant Ma'am on the occasion of his 87th birth anniversary. Today, we have with us Dr. Mayank Somani, MD and CEO, Apollo Hospitals, Lucknow. Dr. Mayank has been the family physician of the Hosangadis for the past 20 years. In Gunjan Hosangadi's words, he has been our savior for all problems, ranging from sneezing to cardiac issues. Dr. Somani also has a great sense of understanding of music and is an ardent fan of dear Vasant Ma'am's singing. On behalf of Ghar-aana online music series, we extend a warm welcome to Dr. Mayank Somani.
Vasant Ma'am worked as a freelance music composer for the All India Radio, Doordarshan and private music producers in Lucknow. Time flew by and he kept creating unforgettable music. He guided and mentored innumerable budding artists to achieve great heights. भारतीय टेलिव्हिजनाच्या इतिहासांतून सर्वांत पहिले आणि प्रसिद्ध सिरियल बीबी नातियोवाली हाच म्युझिक कॉम्पोजिशन वसंत मामाने केल्ले मात्र नाही, ताच टायटल सॉंग सुद्दां तान्नेच म्हळें. Let us now watch a small clip of this historic serial.
कुछ ऐसे लोग भी होते हैं हर लब का तबस्सुम बनते हैं. ये बीबी नातियों वाली है, ये बीबी नातियों वाली है, ये बीबी नातियों वाली है, ये बीबी नातियों वाली है.
That was really nice and nostalgic, Nava. I'm sure it must have brought back wonderful memories to those who have watched it long ago. आणि ह्या सिरियलांतू एक चाइल्ड आर्टिस्ट आशिलो. तो कोण म्हूण गोतस्वा? तो आमगेल गुंजन मामू. आणि आता आयच्या कार्यक्रमाचो शुभारंभ गोकर्ण अनघा पाची एक गुरुवंदनाने करता आसा.
योगीराज गुरुराज योगीराज आओ आओ गुरुराज आओ गुरुराज मन में बसो एक बार जगाओ, तामस जड़ता भगाओ।
चित्त को जगाओ, तामस जड़ता भगाओ।
करो दूर मोह भ्रांति घोर अंधकार, घोर अंधकार, घोर अंधकार। अंधकार, अंधकार, अंधकार। आओ गुरु राज मन में बसो एक बार, नाम स्मरे तुम्हारा हम बारंबार।
गुरु राज, योगी राज, आओ आओ गुरु राज।
निज स्वरूप भूल जीव सहत यातना तीव।
निज स्वरूप भूल जीव सहत यातना अतीव।
आत्मज्ञान कर प्रदान हरो क्लेश भार, हरो क्लेश भार, हरो क्लेश भार। क्लेश भार, क्लेश भार, क्लेश भार। आओ गुरु राज मन में बसो एक बार, नाम स्मरे तुम्हारा हम बारंबार। गुरु राज, योगी राज,
आओ आओ गुरु राज।
आओ आओ दीनानाथ मुक्तिदायी वेश में, मोहमग्न शोक भग्न दैन्यग्रस्त देश में। विमल ज्ञान दृष्टि फेर करो जनोद्धार, करो जनोद्धार, करो जनोद्धार। जनोद्धार, जनोद्धार, जनोद्धार।
आओ गुरु राज मन में बसो एक बार, नाम स्मरे तुम्हारा हम बारंबार। नाम स्मरे तुम्हारा हम बारंबार। नाम स्मरे तुम्हारा हम बारंबार। परिज्ञानाश्रम श्री गुरु शंकर, परिज्ञानाश्रम शंकर सद्गुरु केशव वामन कृष्ण पांडुरंग, आनंदाश्रम कल्पतरु। परिज्ञानाश्रम सद्गुरु सद्यो जात शंकर सद्गुरु। ओम नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव, हर हर महादेव, हर हर महादेव।
Thank you, Anagha Pachi and team. Vasant Mam was the music director of prestigious concerts of the Uttar Pradesh Sangeet Natak Academy, Department of Culture, Akashvani and Doordarshan. One such unique concert was a Vadya Vrind, wherein all musical instruments used were on the verge of extinction.
Wow! Vasant Mam had truly conquered the musical scene in Lucknow, na va?
Very true, Ameeta. and he was also the pioneer of studio recording in Lucknow. This concept was new to Lucknow, and it was Vasant Mam who started it in 1974. Can you guess where he started it? It was in his own house in a makeshift arrangement. Later, over the years, he helped many of the local people in setting up recording studios. It is again noteworthy that he never charged anyone a single penny for all his technical support and consultancy. Once the studios were functional, the studio owners did not stay in touch with him.
चाह गई चिंता मिटी, चाह गई चिंता मिटी, मनुआ बेपरवाह। जिनको कुछ न चाहिए, जिनको कुछ न चाहिए, वे साहन के साह। जिसके मन में कोई चाह नहीं, वे साहन के साह, राजाओं के राजा कहलाते हैं। This was very, very true in the case of Vasant Mam. As magnanimous as he was, the attitude of these people never bothered him. However, one of his close friends, Sri Samir Das, the graphics in charge at the Doordarshan Kendra Lucknow, noticed this and told him, कब तक दूसरों के घोंसले बनवाते रहेंगे? अब समय आ गया है कि आप अपना खुद का घोंसला बनाइए. Inspired by his words, Vasant Mam finally started his own studio in 2 rooms, again in his own house.
बद्दची खरो कलाकारू जो असता ताका तागेल कले इद्रारी आणि कसलंय महत्वाचे म्हणू दिसना. भय नवा?
Why? आणि तू गोतस Bhavani, in spite of all his struggles, Vasant Mam kept his spirit and that of all those around him extremely high with his ready wit and wacky sense of humor. He would dress up as a lady and attend a haldi kumkum ceremony or reach a friend's place in the attire of a bride, shocking the boy's parents by telling them that she, that is he, was their daughter-in-law, or play pranks on stage during a live show. The list is endless. Zalari, आता आम्ही ऐकूया निरोडी अमय माम हगल आवाजांतू एक भजन.
तेरा नाम रहता है होठों पे हरदम. हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे. तुम बिन मेरा कौन जग में है कन्हाई की जो मेरे दुखड़े हरे. तेरा नाम रहता है. ज्ञान का, तुम ही आके तोड़ो जो सर पर धरे हैं, तुम ही आके तोड़ो जो सर पर धरे हैं, बरहाब के है भरे। तेरा नाम रहता है होठों पे हरदम। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। तुम बिन मेरा कौन जग में है कन्हाई, कि जो मेरे दुखड़े हरे। तेरा नाम रहता है। मारे तो नाम लेकर तुम्हारा, तुम्हारी लगन में जिए, तुम्हें रात दिन ढूंढता ही रहूंगा। आशा का दीप लिए, कहीं किसी ने लिया नाम तेरा, कहीं किसी ने लिया नाम तेरा, तो झर झर मैंने झरे। तेरा नाम रहता है होठों पे हरदम। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। तुम बिन मेरा कौन जग में है कन्हाई, कि जो मेरे दुखड़े हरे। तेरा नाम रहता है। तेरा नाम रहता है। तेरा नाम रहता है।
Thank you very much, Ameya ma'am. Now more about Vasant Ma'am's studio. Gradually over the years, he upgraded his studio with digital equipment and state-of-the-art facilities. In September 2020, this recording studio celebrated its silver jubilee, and on this momentous occasion, a website was launched. You know, Ameeta, many of our Sri Chitrapur Mat bhajans and songs have been recorded in the studio. In all these endeavors, Vasant Ma'am was ably assisted and supported by his son Gunjan, who is carrying on his legacy to date.
Incidentally, Bhavani, everyone in Vasant Mam's family happens to be deep into art. Kalpana Pachi, his wife, complemented his talent by being a veteran theatre artist and an approved drama artist from the All India Radio and Doordarshan. A very cheerful and bubbly person, she takes great interest in the activities of our mutt too. Gunjan's wife Deepti, an academician by profession, also pursues singing as a passionate hobby. She has also been a singer in Vasant Mam's choral group. She and Vasant Mam shared a wonderful relationship with many common interests and were more like a father and daughter rather than a sasur bahu.
True, Ameeta. Deepti is very fond of dogs, and so was dear Vasant Mam. Vasant Mam was an ardent devotee of our Mutt and Guru Parampara. However, from the early 70s, he was unable to visit the Mutt due to his busy schedule and profession. In 1991, the family visited Kerala to seek blessings of His Holiness Srimat Parijnanashram Swamiji before proceeding to Shirali to perform Gunjan's Upanayanam. After that, he again got busy and there was no contact with the Mutt.
वसंत मामाक हाच बदल मनाक बाजार जातालो आणि एक फंता तो ते प्रकटय करतालो. श्री भवानी शंकर देवाने तागल हे परम भक्तागली व्यथा जाणून घेवन ताका मठ आणि गुरु परंपरे संगाती संपर्क जावच्याक परत एक फंता अवकाश दिलो. ते कशी म्हणून आम्ही मुखार ऐकूया. आता ऐकूया माविनकुर्वे शैलेश मामान प्रस्तुत केलेला एक भजन.
हे जगतपति पतित पावन चरण शरणी घेरे. हे जगतपति पतित पावन शरण चरणी घेरे. सर्वदा होती सुखी वरदान है जी दीरे. हे जगतपति पतित पावन. संसार सागर सर्वत्र विपत्ति रे. हो अगम संसार सागर सर्वत्र विपत्ति रे. सर्वत्र विपत्ति रे. करी प्रकाशित तमस मन है. करी प्रकाशित तमस मन है. ज्योति जागृत कोनु रे. जगतपति पतित पावन शरण चरणी जगतपति पतित पावन. मन है चंचल स्थिर करी आणि ध्यान तू गेले कोरुती. मन है चंचल स्थिर करी आणि ध्यान जगत्पति पतित पावन शरण चरणी घेरे सर्वदा वरदान धीरे हे जगत्पति पतित पावन पतित पावन पतित पावन.
Thank you very much, Shailesh ma'am. 2006 वसंत मामाक आमगेल परमपूज्य श्रीमद सद्योजा शंकराश्रम स्वाम्यांनी कारला मठांत आपयल्या. श्रीमद आनंदाश्रम स्वामीजी आणि श्रीमद परिज्ञानाश्रम स्वामीजी हांका वसंत मामांगेले संगीत आणि भजन आयकुंच्याक मस्त प्रीत आशिल्ली अशी आमगेल स्वाम्यांनी आयकलेल खंय.
Tashichi, Swamiji had a deep desire to learn the correct tunes of the bhajans penned by His Holiness Srimad Parijnanashram Swamiji, the tunes of which were composed by Vasant Mam. This kick-started a new sequence of events and brought him in close proximity to the mutt once again. Ani Vasant Mamaka आमगेले स्वाम्यांक ती भजन शिकोवचे सौभाग्य प्राप्त झाले. कभी न सोचा उन्होंने क्या खोया क्या पाया, बस जीवन में पाई उन्होंने सदा गुरुओं की छाया.
Wah, Bhavani, this is very true. Vasant Mam was truly a blessed soul. आणि Bhavani, तू गोत्तस्वा आमगेल स्वाम्यांगेले नित्य अनुष्ठान पूजा इत्यादी जायना फुडे राती 1 घंट धोरनु फालपा ल्यारी 3.5-4 घंट थाई स्वामीजी आणि वसंत मामू भजन प्रॅक्टिस करूक बसताल खंय. कितल प्रशंसनीय नव्हे?
Bhai Ameeta, worthy indeed. आता आम्ही दीप्ती उपासनी कावळ पाची लागतानु एक भजन ऐकूया.
बिन दर्शन कैसे जीऊं मेरी माई, बिन दर्शन कैसे जीऊं मेरी माई, हर बिन जियरा रहना सके खिन, हर बिन जियरा रहना सके खिन, सतगुर बूझ बुझाई मेरी माई, बिन दर्शन कैसे जीऊं मेरी माई. मेरा प्रभु बिसरे हो मरयूं दुखाली, सांस गिरास जपऊं अपने हर भाली, सदा बैरागन हर नाम निहाली, सदा बैरागन हर नाम निहाली, अब जाने गुरमुख हर नाली मेरी माई, बिन दर्शन कैसे जीऊं मेरी माई. मन मुख बिछड़े खोटी आस, गुरमुख ना मिले साबास हर कृपा धारी दासण दास हर कृपा धारी दासण दास जन नानक हरि नाम धन रास बिन दर्शन कैसे जीऊं मेरी माई गुर बचनी मन सहज धियानी हरि के रंग रता मन मानी मन मुख भरम भूले बोरानी मन मुख भरम भूले बोरानी हर बिन क्यों रहिए गुरु शब्द पिछानी बिन दर्शन कैसे जीऊं मेरी माई बिन दर्शन कैसे जीऊं मेरी माई बिन दर्शन कैसे जीऊं मेरी माई
Thank you very much, Deepti Pachi. आमगेले परम पूज्य श्रीमद सद्योजात शंकराश्रम स्वाम्यांगेली आशीर्वचना भजना इत्यादी आयकुनु आमगेल चित्रापूर सारस्वत बांधव मात्र नहीं बीकानेर जोधपुर सूरत इत्यादी हंग ताउनुई मस्त साधकानी आमगेल स्वाम्यांगेले दर्शन मात्र नहीं मार्गदर्शन घेऊनच्याक सुद्दाय मठ हांतू आणि तांगेल्या शिबीर जालेल कडा येऊनच्याक सुरू केले. Swamiji requested Vasant Mam to write and compose bhajans not only in Konkani but also in Hindi, especially for the sadhaks from northern India. And Vasant Mam, who was almost 75 by then, happily obliged. Like they say, music has no limits, borders, or age. Vasant Mam wrote, composed, and recorded new bhajans and sent them to Param Pujya Swamiji for His Holiness's approval. Vasant Mamana विंगविंगड भाषेंतू मस्त भजन बरेल्यांती आणि आत्त थाई तुम्ही ऐकलेली आणि मुखारी ऐकूनची भजन पुराई वसंत मामा गेली priceless compositions म्हणूयात.
Incidentally, you know, Bhavani, Vasant Mam was a multilinguist too. He spoke Konkani, Hindi, English, Marathi, Kannada, Tamil, Bengali, Punjabi, Tulu, Nepali, Gujarati, Sindhi, and last but not the least, Sanskrit.
Oh my God, really?
Why?
Incredible.
आणि ताका अनेक एक भाषाय गोत्तशिली. The Morse code language.
The Morse code language? That kashi?
Vasant Mam's father worked in the wireless section of the Post and Telegraphs department. Vasant Mam learnt the Morse code all by himself and used to send and receive all messages unofficially in the absence of the concerned officers. How mischievous, Nava?
Bhai, ani akhir thai. You could see that mischievous twinkle in his eyes, Nava?
Absolutely true, Bhavani. And you know, it seems he never forgot the Morse code and could dictate sentences by whistling it. आमगेल प्रेक्षक गणांक आत कोण आयल आज कान्हवा की आम्ही वसंत मामागेल जीवन कथा अगदी रोमांचक असं म्हूण इत्याक म्हणल्यार म्हणू
अमिता, आम्ही आता वसंत मामाने राजस्थानी भाषेतून बरेले पैकी एक भजन ऐकूया वा? प्रस्तुत करतसती आमगेल्या युवा पिढींतुली उभरते कलाकार कार्तिक शुक्ल आणि ओमकार मल्लापूर.
हे चित्रापुर भवानी शंकर जी,
हे चित्रापुर भवानी शंकर जी, पधारो म्हारे मन में बसो निरंतर जी,
पधारो हमारे मन में बसो निरंतर जी. हे चित्रापुर भवानी शंकर जी, पधारो हमारे मन में बसो निरंतर जी.
हे चित्रापुर भवानी शंकर जी, पधारो हमारे मन में बसो निरंतर जी.
हे चित्रापुर भवानी शंकर जी, पधारो हमारे मन में बसो निरंतर जी. थारे दर्शन बिना करना पड़त है, जान तुम्हारी आरती.
करते थारो पंछी निहारो, रोए रोए पखियाँ आती.
जो संसार सकल जगत
वो संसार सकल
ठाकुर रानी, सुन ली जो हमारी बाती. हाथ जोड़िया हे चित्रापुर भवानी शंकर जी, पधारो हमारे मन में बसो निरंतर जी. जो मन भारो बड़ो शरारती, क्यों मन भालो हाथी.
हारो हाथ रजो सिर ऊपर, आपस में सब जाती.
पल पल तारो रूप निहारे,
पल पल चारो
निरख निरख सुख खाऊं, ये थारे चरणों में दिन राती.
चितारे चरणों में दिन राती.
भगत थारो ये भवानी शंकर जी,
हारो हे भवानी शंकर जी.
हे चित्रापुर भवानी शंकर जी, पधारो हमारे मन में बसो निरंतर जी. पधारो हमारे मन में बसो निरंतर जी. पधारो हमारे मन में बसो निरंतर जी. पधारो हमारे मन में बसो निरंतर जी.
Thank you very much, dears Kartik and Omkar. On 10th August 2009, which was Vasant Mam's 75th birthday, an audio album titled Samarpit was released at the divine hands of Param Pujya Srimad Sadhyoja Shankarashram Swamiji. This album has 10 bhajans composed and rendered by Vasant Mam. In October 2018, he was awarded the well-deserved Uttar Pradesh Sangeet Natak Academy Award for Music. On hearing this, our Param Pujya Swamiji was overjoyed and called up Vasant Mam to congratulate and bless him. Of course, Vasant Mam's joy knew no bounds.
By the way, you know, Vasant Mam was the first to create another history. In 1976, he had auditioned at the All India Radio as a composer. Usually, a person is awarded a grade 2 category, after which he or she has to re-audition for upgradation to grade 1. However, our dear Vasant Mam was directly awarded a grade 1 by the Music Audition Board in New Delhi.
Amgil Vasant Mamu, a real trendsetter, na?
Bhai, Ameeta, he was really talented and God-gifted. Even our Param Pujya Swamiji requested Vasant Mam to conduct music classes for the local bhajan mandalis at Shirali and Mallapur. Vasant Mam, who was in his early 80s, then happily trained all of them, teaching them the subtle nuances of music, singing, presentation, etc., in addition to teaching them new bhajans. Let us now listen to a melodious composition sung by Nirody Chitrapachi.
Prabhu अवगुण चित्त ना धरो अवगुण चित्त ना धरो प्रभु मोरी अवगुण चित्त ना धरो गुण चित्त ना धरो समदर्शी है नाम तिहारो समदर्शी है नाम तिहारो चाहे तो पार करो चाहे तो पार करो प्रभु मोरे अवगुण चित्त ना धरो मोरे अवगुण चित्त ना धरो एक लोहा पूजा मेरा खत एक घर बधिक परो एक लोहा पूजा मेरा खत एक घर बधिक परो पारस के मन द्विधा नहीं है पारस के मन द्विधा नहीं है कांचन करत करो कांचन करत करो प्रभु मोरे अवगुण चित्त ना धरो सरी नाम परो सुर सरी नाम परो प्रभु मोरे अवगुण चेतना धरो अवगुण चेतना धरो एक जीव एक ब्रह्म कहावत सूरदास जगरो एक जीव एक ब्रह्म कहावत सूरदास जगरो अज्ञान से भेद होवे अज्ञान से भेद होवे ज्ञानी काहे भेद करो ज्ञानी काहे भेद करो प्रभु मोरे अवगुण चेतना धरो अवगुण चेतना धरो समदर्शी है नाम तिहारो समदर्शी है नाम तिहारो चाहे तो पार करो चाहे तो पार करो प्रभु मोरे अवगुण चेतना धरो मोरे अवगुण चेतना धरो मोरे अवगुण चेतना धरो
Thank you, Chaitra Pachi. In March 2020, as we are all aware, the entire world was devastated by the dreadful COVID-19 pandemic. Sometime in April 2020, Sri Nileshwar Maheshmam of Toronto, Canada came up with a wonderful idea of having an online classical music event through the Zoom platform. It came to us in our homes on 9th May 2020 and was named Ghar-aana Online Music Series, a name aptly chosen by Mahesh Mam and with which we are all familiar now and extremely fond of. Vasant Mam helped Mahesh Mam in coordinating with the artists and MCs as well as handling the technical aspects of the program. For him, no artist was big or small. He would collect the biodatas of all the artists and hand them over to the MCs after appropriately editing them. He encouraged both the artists and MCs and motivated them to do their best. He was the life of this program and he gave his life for the program.
Very true, Ameeta. Being a perfectionist, he put his heart and soul to ensure that every episode of Ghar-aana was a grand success. Unfortunately, he was infected with COVID and had to be hospitalized. For the golden anniversary episode of Ghar-aana program on the 10th of April 2021, featuring Alka Lajmi and myself, he monitored the program from the COVID ICU. Hats off to his passion, commitment, and dedication. Vasant Mam left for his heavenly abode on the morning of 13th April 2021 following a cardiac arrest. By then, he had lined up artists to perform on Ghar-aana till almost 24th of July. Preparedness was another of his admirable traits.
Very true, Bhavani, very true. This year, Yugadi was celebrated on 13th April. What an auspicious day for such a realized soul to pass on to the higher realm. In fact, even Param Pujya Swamiji commenced his Ashirvachan on that day with a special mention about Vasant Mam and his invaluable contribution to music and our mutt.
आज सकाळी 5 घंट्यारी वी लॉस्ट अ वेरी डियर आमगेल निकटतम आशिल्लो वसंत होसंगडी माम आमकां एक दुख्ख लॉस भंय जाल्यार तागेल एक बरी गती मेळ्ळ्या मस्त त्रास आशिल्लो हेल्थ इत्यादी कारण आमी ती जाल्यार एक पुण्यात्मा आमचे खातीर एक आदर्श ग्रहस्थ जावन आशिल्ली व्यक्ती तुमकां अत्यंत परिचित आसा 2 वर्स पयलें मल्लापूर चातुर्मासांत तूं आनी हांगाय तशीची सगळ्यांक ट्रेन करचें तितली एक प्रौढता तितली एक कला आशिल्ली संपन्न जावन आशिल्ली व्यक्ती सुद्दां कितली ताळवीक लोकांक शिकयतना चेडवांक शिकयतना म्हालगड्यांक शिकयतना वी नेवर सॉ हिम इरिटेटेड ऑर स्कावलिंग प्रोत्साहन दिवन करेक्ट करचें सर तितलेंच घुमटें करून ट्रिमेंडस कॅपॅसिटी आनंद आश्रम स्वाम्यांगेल संपर्क भरपूर दर्शन जाल्लेलो मनुश्य स्वाम्यांगेली सेवा केलेलो आमचे खातीर एक प्रसाद गुरूंगेल प्रसाद सो आयिल्लो इन 2007 दॅट ह्युमर प्रॅक्टिकल जोक्स करचें आनी आतां तें गांभीर्य एक परिपक्व व्यक्ती म्हणटा ते सो युगादीक सद्गती प्राप्त जाल्ली
गुरु बिन भवनिधि तरई न कोई गुरु बिन भवनिधि तरई न कोई जो बिरंची शंकर सम होई गुरुंगेली अपार कृपा पावनु आशिलामगेल वसंत मामू बद्दा धन्य म्हणका. We now invite Dr. Mayank Somani, our guest of honor, to speak a few words about his association with Vasant Mam.
Namaskar. Good evening, everybody. So I'm honored to be here amongst all of you. And I have known Vasant Uncle since I was a kid. I wasn't even a doctor at that time. And he was a family friend to our extended family in Lucknow. And his first introduction, and I still do not know all his antecedents and all of you, what you have been talking is also a kind of information to me. But largely, our single point of introduction was Vasant Uncle, and he is the authority on music and singing and everything. And if you ever want to understand anything regarding music or anything to do with music, is the final authority, and that's how we grew up. So I wasn't even a doctor at that point of time, and we came to know about Vasant Uncle like that. And eventually, anything and everything, whatever used to happen at our home, be it a get together, Bhajans a large affair, a family affair, whatever. If music had to be the part of it, then it had to be just wired through Vasant uncle. That's all we knew, you know. So people used to ask us, how do you manage such big things? You know, such great singers, such great music. And we used to say one word. The answer was Vasant uncle. So we didn't never introduce anybody else. It was just Vasant uncle, and that's it. That's where it ended. So be it family functions, marriages, and uncle used to just ask, you know, कि क्या occasion है? What's the occasion like? And we just tell, you know, we used to give the premise, and then what singers, what kind of music, what to play, all of that just used to, you know, fall into place. So that's how we came to know about Vasant uncle, and then eventually, at some point of time, I did my MBBS and MD, and you know, and from the perspective of from a doctor, you know, he was an ideal candidate who would be, you know, who, if at all he would get sick, then he would just follow everything perfect to the T. You know, if he told him, and he would always be smiling. You know, he had a very bad disease called giant cell arteritis, which is very rare diagnosis, and it can lead to multiple strokes. So he used to tell us that he has having this symptom, and we eventually diagnosed him. And we told him that it can be quite devastating. And he said, treat me. And that's all. You know, he smiled and said, treat me. And we did that, and he never had any complications with that. He was just perfect. And then over the period, you know, we bonded together. And to tell you all, I have such beautiful personal experience that my daughter was trained by him for being a violinist, and she attained Visharad before she cleared her 12th standard. So that's what Vasant uncle is for us. And then eventually I treated him for his COVID as well. And even during that time, you know, 4 hours before he succumbed, I asked him, uncle, कैसा लग रहा? ठीक है, ठीक है, थोड़ा सांस फूल रहा, but I am breathless, but I'm okay. So Allah was like that, you know, and he was still smiling. He continued to smile. There's nothing like, you know, he was worried or he was devastated, or there's nothing. There's not an iota of anything worry on his face. So that's how we remember him. And still, if you know, if I have to organize anything for my hospital, for doctors, or for anything, the only thing which comes, it becomes a hollow. You know, we can't think of being happy and having a music around without Vasant uncle, and that's what Vasant uncle is and will always be. You know, we feel very hollow without him. There's a huge gap left in our lives, and we don't know. I don't think that we would want to fill that, and we don't know how to fill that. So that's what Vasant uncle has been for us.
Thank you, Dr. Somani. On 31st January 2021, Vasant Mam was felicitated by the Canara Saraswat Association for his lifetime service to music and our mutt. He was very aptly recognized for promoting music and his contribution to Sri Chitrapur Mutt and our divine Guru Parampara. किसी ने कितना खूब कहा है, काबिले तारीफ होने के लिए वाकिफे तकलीफ होना पड़ता है. In order to receive appreciation, one needs to face a lot of challenges and overcome obstacles in life. That was so true in the case of Vasant Mam. In spite of all ups and downs in his life, he shone on till his end.
के ही समझाऊं मैं सब जग अंधा, के ही समझाऊं मैं सब जग अंधा, कहत कबीरा सुनो भाई साधु, एक दिन जाना दूसरे के कंधा. संत कबीरा गल हो दोहा आमच पैकी मस्त जाणांनी आयकुनु असुभावस. आमगेल मोगाच वसंत मामाने अशीची एक पारंपरिक रचना कितल गोम टिकोन स्वरबद्ध केल्या हें आमी आत आयकुया होसंगडी गुंजन मामा गल आवाजांत.
हरि का बुलावा
का बुलावा जब आएगा, छोड़ के सब कुछ जाना होगा। हरि का बुलावा जब आएगा, छोड़ के सब कुछ जाना होगा। हरि का बुलावा जब आएगा, छोड़ के सब कुछ जाना होगा। नाम हरि का साथ जाएगा, नाम हरि का नाम हरि का साथ जाएगा, और ना संग कुछ जा पाएगा, और ना संग कुछ जा पाएगा। नाम हरि का साथ जाएगा, और ना संग कुछ जा पाएगा। राग द्वेष में हरि बिसराए, राग द्वेष में हरि बिसराए, भूल के निज को जन्म गवाए, भूल के निज को जन्म गवाए। हरि का बुलावा जब आएगा, छोड़ के सब कुछ जाना होगा, छोड़ के सब कुछ जाना होगा। सुमिरन हरि की साची कमाई, सुमिरन हरि की साची कमाई, साची कमाई। सुमिरन हरि की साची कमाई, झूठी जग की सब है सगाई, झूठी जग की सब है सगाई। अर्जी कर तू हरि से ऐसी, अर्जी कर तू, अर्जी कर तू, अर्जी कर तू हरि से ऐसी। भक्ति मिले मीरा के जैसी, भक्ति मिले मीरा के जैसी। हरि का बुलावा जब आएगा, हरि का बुलावा हरि का बुलावा, 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 हरि का बुलावा। हरि का बुलावा जब आ कुछ जाना होगा, छोड़ के सब कुछ जाना होगा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। परिज्ञानाश्रम श्री गुरु शंकर, परिज्ञानाश्रम शंकर सद्गुरु, केशव वामन कृष्ण पांडुरंग, आनंदाश्रम कल्पतरु, परिज्ञानाश्रम सद्गुरु, सत्योजात शंकर सद्गुरु। ओम नमः पार्वती पतये, हर हर महादेव, हर हर महादेव, हर हर महादेव।
ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री भवानी शंकराय नमः। ओम श्री मात्रे नमः। Say not in grief that he is no more, but he is in our hearts all the more. But in thankfulness that he was, Vasant Mam's legacy will continue. His memories will be cherished forever. His music will be in our hearts till eternity. His dedication will always be a source of inspiration for one and all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Sagalankai Magal Namaskaru. I am here at an iconic tree which symbolizes our difficulties during COVID and how the team of Ghar-aana has been striving hard to keep all of us entertained. It is our hard work and dedication from all the artists and musicians who have helped us during these year and a half. I just wanted to be close to this tree to show you that it is growing amongst the rocks, even though the water is so close by, and you see the roots. As you can see, because of the wind from the lake, it has bent. So that tree symbolizes to me Vasant Mam. With all these difficulties, he was there for us, and he gives us, we live in his shadow. So that is what I wanted to talk about in my, the symbolism of the tree. So thanks to all the artists who performed last week and this week, and thanks to the MCs. I had said last week that I will be making a big announcement today, but as per instructions from above, we have to wait a little longer. Sabar ka phal meeta hota hai. In this case, it seems bahut meeta hoega. During these 2 weeks, a garland of artists offered their seva as the flowers were carefully chosen. The most important aspect of the garland is the thread dori that holds the flowers together. And Ghar-aana thread is Bhavani Pachi, Swati Pachi, Gunjan Ma'am. So blessed I am to be part of this team. Life is full of ups and downs, as we always hear. This morning, Vivek Kalbag Ma'am from Canara House, Matunga, and presently residing in Pune, father of the dynamic Mayur Kalbag and a great musician, Priyanka Kalbag Baindur of Dallas, passed on this early morning at 12:30 hours after brief illness. May his Atma attain Sadgati. May Almighty God give all the strength and courage to Suvarnapachi, Mayur, and Priyanka to bear this great loss. Om Shanti. On behalf of Ghar-aana team, I thank Dr. Mayank, and you all once again. Jai Shankar and Happy Independence Day. Thank you all.